So, Colmar of the Riverlands is fighting war with the Iron Islands to take control of Brandstone. Oh, the Vale has actually managed to sort of whip up about 20,000 troops now. I swear that's kind of like the standard measure of troops as well. Like, if you think about the TV show where they have the little wooden figures that symbolize forces of one house or another, I swear they would probably represent about, like... No, they wouldn't represent 20,000 each actually going off the books, but, you know, that seems to be what they are here, the little wooden figures. Sivas, or Kivas, I don't really know how it's said because nobody's ever said it in the show or anything. Not that that's necessarily canon in itself, but yeah, let's try and have a game. Ooh, game 1 learning, game 1 intrigue, what could we do? Learning is atrocious, intrigue is sort of redeemable, so I guess I should probably go with intrigue. Oh wow, and I beat him a little as well. So I got a girl to distract him. Oh, and I can have another lover if... Wait, what's the other option? Just prestige and intrigue? Sure. Oh, so I get another one. Cool. So I now have 10 intrigue. Which is pretty respectable. I wonder if that'll help me with plots. Maybe it will. Kind of confused as to where the Vale troops are. Because they don't seem to be anywhere right now. Oh, there they are. Sneaking. Oh, they will actually cause some problems for the Iron Throne if they're just going to stick those 12,000 troops there. Which is exactly what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. It's a bold strategy. Oh wow, they've just lost a crapload of troops due to attrition at least. But they'll probably win that battle. I still don't feel the need to get especially involved in this war though, like... Oh wow, they're even losing the battle. Wow. How did they manage to do so badly? They had more than half again as many troops as the Iron Throne did, and they're still losing. This Lady Paramount sucks. Bring back the old one, that's what I say. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to make moves to put Royce's line back in power. I suppose his daughter has a claim, so we can just press that once the, marriage takes place. So that's something. So we're up to 47% war score, and they're also quite outnumbered. So House Lannister just has 4 living members. All of whom are pictured here, actually. Leona, Zia, Sarah, and Tim. So only 1 male member of House Lannister is still alive. Realistically, he's their only chance of carrying on the family name. Excellent, so the marriage can go through. Unfortunately, we lose a lot of prestige because they no longer have, his highest title apparently is his knighthood now. Because he's basically just a landed knight. No, we don't need a dowry. We've got so much money. And also, it would be a pretty miserable dowry. But we can have the wedding feast, so that's something. They can't stop us having that because of the war. Oh gosh, I have to pay for all of the entertainment a second time over. Oh my gosh, I can spend a lot of money. And I will. I thank you for your education, but I will not be able to... See, it's a strange kind of message, but whatever. Rich merchants want to buy titles, and the barons protest, saying their titles are priceless. Mere merchants should not be allowed to gain noble rights just because they can afford it. So I can either say they can't be bought, or they can. But it doesn't look like anybody actually gets a title from it. So I'm gonna take the money. Drongler's 50 gold. Seems a bit expensive, really, but okay. Sounds like it was a lovely ceremony. Everybody's nursing a hangover, but is largely grateful to have been invited. Good. Mostly just prestige, though. Crap load of it, but still. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. This feast was worth it. I gained quite a lot of troops from this, so I have like over 130,000 now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Considering we don't even have the Westerlands yet, that's pretty good. Alright, so now pretty much at any point we can press her claim for the Vale, which we will do presumably some point after all of the troops in the Vale have been crushed. That'll be a good time to move in, I think. And sure enough, the war's over, and Rickard has won. She is imprisoned. That's kind of weird that they're both Baratheons married to each other. And obviously all their children are Baratheons, so we're kind of related, but and I don't know. Oh, they're not from my side of the family. Well, I mean, the two sides of the family did marry together at one point, but it's still his side of the family. Gosh, Stannis III is 31. He's getting on in years, and he doesn't have any kids yet. Still, it's not so bad for him to be older. You know, except morally. Okay, so we can claim the Vale for Princess Gretchel, which is cool in a way because we get to skip the succession. She just gets it straight up. There is a rebellion for someone else's claim, which is going to make things, I guess, a little more complicated because obviously it gives them more troops that way. I'm amazed how short a time she was in control of the Vale for, Lady Donyse, and like how quickly she managed to screw everything up. It's very impressive. Oh, so Rhaella isn't Arryn, but it's a different branch of House Arryn. And she's the claimant for which the current rebellion is being fought. My goodness, my plot to kill Miriel just like, I'm pretty sure the people who back my plot just die off eventually and there's no one to replace them, so... We may, however, be able to kill Rhaella, or not, seeing as everybody seems to be a pretty staunch supporter of her. Well, our plan B is to declare war, which we would have to do anyway. So there we go. That's not a lot of troops, but we'll get Sir Royce and Prince Lionel and Lady Miriel fighting our corner. So we got 6,000 troops near the Trident, which is kind of an ideal position for them actually. It's quite handy that we do have some there, even though it's not many. Obviously we'll need ships to ferry the rest, but we appear to have a lot of those. We shouldn't need our full force in order to win this war, so... yeah, that's why I won't be using the full force. The tougher job is going to be staving off the other rebellion. But I think we're safe to move our troops into that sort of area, because that's held by the, well, I guess the incumbent Lady Paramount. 71 ships is quite a lot for this fairly small area. And of course, you know, I've invited all my friends to take part as well, so that, you know, it's not me losing troops, it's them. So we'll land another 6,000 troops, I think a bit further along on the coast, because we don't want to march all of them, you know, past the Bloody Gate and whatnot. So yeah, like around the Runestone area, because then we can do our favourite, you know, painted pincer movement thing. You know the one. So that's fine, we'll send those 6,000 through there and they'll just sort of stomp anything that gets in their way. And in the meantime we got like 19,000, nearly 20,000 troops to take the Eyrie. I bet no one's even had time to put together like a highlights montage of the reign of Donyse, the first of the Vale. Like, it went so badly so quickly. She probably it's like a crazy weekend where she like happened to be Lady of the Vale. I'm sure she'll look back on it fondly. But it's like, I think the end of it is nigh. Well, I'd say she'd look back on it fondly. She spent a lot of that time in prison, so maybe not.